Over here. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. How'd that feel? It's pretty good, isn't it? Yeah. Living with open arms is my title today. That was a physical example of living with open arms. How often do we? Morning. Yeah, I'm open. Whatever you say. We're having a fight? Okay. Okay, let's fight. How open are you in your life to who you really are? Do you live an open, transparent self for yourself first? Or are we in the big cover-up? Are we in a smokescreen? Yeah, I say all that from time to time. I still smoke myself up, not with smoke, but with my confusion about life sometimes. It happens. I get caught up in the world. Not as often. I prefer to take the remote control and mute it. A lot more entertaining, especially if you're watching the world news. The world news is the world news, and it's important to know what's going on, but not for 4 hours over and over and over. Because you know what? Then it becomes ours. It becomes our news. We self-indoctrinate many times by the drama in the world. And so today, the purpose is to bring us to an awareness of our own good news. We're not denying what's happening around us, but we're turning away from the confusion because that confusion changes. Same story, different day. Over and over. Now, I like to rewrite my own story. I like having my own story. Now, my story has changed this last year. Many of you know. Not my real story, but the one out in the world. There's been a shift. Many of you have had shifts in your life. Some are going through them now. And if we're living, we're going through one now, somewhere, aren't we? It's living a more open life, a more open awareness, a more open possibility. So this morning, are you ready to begin to experience a more open life? Are you ready to celebrate a more abundant life?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Scooby-Doo says, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So, are you aware of this abundant universe which surrounds you? It surrounds us. I mean, just by the very nature of the people here, 100 chairs. There's more chairs than people. That's not a bad thing. It's called potential. It's called possibility. It's called room for growth and expansion. There's a perception difference there, a shift in seeing, which keeps one more open to possibility. So, the abundant nature is the example today as we're driving maybe to the center. Beautiful. I mean, the nature, the trees, all of the fragrance of the air from the rain. Even the, what some people become sensitive to are what's called allergens in the air. Where did they go? Where did they go? Nature has a way of waking us up. I think, so I bless the sniffle. I bless the sneeze. It's like, oh, yes, Mother Nature's come back. You know, the world is evolving. There's change, there's shift, there's emotion, there's body reaction. Just like with everything in life. And nature, to me, is an example, Mother Nature, of our divine nature. We go through a change, and we get a sniffle. We'll cry, we'll get congested. Mine has been where I can't speak. I'm working with that still. But, so, Our bodies tell us what we're experiencing within if we pay attention and we're more open to listening. Not to be critical, not to beat ourselves up, but just to say, oh, okay, this is what's going on. So, this abundant life, we're on agreement that it's abundant, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you ready to partake of this abundance in a greater way?
Yes.
I am. I know I am. But do we? Do we truly partake of it? Sounds good. It's great lip service many times. Or do we go, no, God, not me. Not me, you know. What would people think if I did something different? What if I had too much fun for my friends? How would, you know? So, these are all things that I have dealt with, and some I still do. Making the move to partake in a greater way in the abundance of life, which surrounds us. There is so much good, but our first call is to recognize that it's there. The bounty of God in which we live is so vast. It's so vast. Take a moment to recognize that you have come into a community that is so loving and wants the very best for you. That's bounty. Where can you go and feel so much love when you first walk in the door, unless you're going home to a dog? Dogs are great examples, or more than one dog. But dogs are like, hey, I love you, love me. And sometimes it's a little, but the enthusiasm of life, the dog spelled backward is God. So that's why dogs are so animated. Who knows? Ernest Holmes tells us, Ernest Holmes is the founder of the science of mind, he tells us we must cleave to the good and trust absolutely in the law of God to bring about any desired end. Spirit will mold our purposes when we allow it to do so. Spirit will mold our purposes when we allow it to do so. It's that stating what we want, knowing what we want, feeling what we want, and then letting it unfold. Paying attention, being open. He goes on to say, as we learn to depend more and more upon the perfect law, we shall find that the outward things which are necessary to our good will be provided. We shall be cared for as the lilies of the field, which live directly upon the divine bounty. And yet they toil not, nor do they spin. I love that. They don't push. They're not confused. Nature's never confused. So what about the tornado? There's a spin of nature. But in that is a divine plan as well. And so, to live a more open life today in our cell society can be quite a challenge because, where are we? Yeah. Where are we? We're all here. We're here. Now, I do this too. And it's a great tool for knowledge. It's like the textbook in our teaching. It's a great tool. great knowledge, great awareness. I love it for the church business. But the church spiritual unfoldment comes when you put it down and live with people. I was away last weekend with my family in San Diego, and I did a little visual inventory of the number of people that just sat there or walked around and looked at other people, engaged other people. It was that 10% rule. Only about 10% were like present where they were. They were walking and focused. Now, I went to my phone a couple times too, but it was just like a little test. So in this teaching and in life, we can know a lot of stuff, but if we don't open up to share that, to speak to their soul, there's so much richness and abundance in that, to me. I found that a lot of things in life draw us away from the human experience, like the phone and different activities. I used to be very busy in my life. Busy. I thought busy was the best way. Gets things done. Then I found, I haven't seen so-and-so for about 6 months. I wonder where they are. Well, they're right there. I just didn't say hello. I didn't go over to see them. I didn't make contact. So you see, we can be so much out in the world that we forget to live with people, with them in the presence. I was so glad last year that Reverend Louie and I did all those wonderful trips to places, to see the Whitmans in Oregon, and just different with friends, had them, and it was just one of those magnificent memories of life that is profound to me, because many years before would have been too busy. There would have been regrets, because we never know how long we're going to be living here, alive here. So the abundance of life for me is living here now with people I enjoy, looking at them, sharing with them, and then also letting you in. The science of mind is a powerful tool for living. Change your thinking, change your life. Understand where you think, where you believe from, create a magnificent life. Now, what is magnificent to you? It's all different. I'm not asking for you to speak it out, but you know, what is magnificent for you? Hold that for a moment in your mind. Maybe it's a recent experience. Maybe it's, I don't know what it is for you. But we each have our own abundant, highest thought that we know for ourselves. And yet we tend to not move toward it many times. We don't focus on that little desire we think we want. It takes a lot of conscious thought to shift our thinking. And in the Science of Mind textbook, our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes, writes on the section, The Power Within. Through spiritual discernment, we see that we have within us a power which is greater than anything we shall ever contact. A power that can overcome every obstacle in our experience and set us safe, satisfied, and at peace. Healed, prosperous, and in a new light and a new life. There's a universal statement in the world on spirituality. It says, if God be for us, who can be against us? If spirit, if universal intelligence is for us, what's against us? Who? We. Our own self. Nobody else. Nobody else. That's a tough one. I didn't like that much. But there's a resonance in there that says, ooh, ouch. So, my friends, what I know is that we are supported in this life by the thoughts we have. Not the ones we say we do, but the ones we really, really have. And so to have a more arms open to the abundant life, we have to expand those ideas. We have to allow ourselves to be satisfied, recognize what they are, and then say, well, is this who I am right now? Do I want something else, something greater, something more, or less busy, less more? Did you get that?
Yes.
Because we tend to get way, way busy. That's just me. So, as we're supported in our beliefs, we get to show up as those beliefs. We put power in those beliefs by our energy towards them. The power that created us is the power that works through us. The power that has created us is the power that works through us. There's a powerful class right now going on called The Power of Your Word. And those of you in the class have such profound understandings for themselves, and how much actual influence the power of their word has upon their lives. Because you begin to see where you've clearly set up all these different ideas and experiences that you're now having. So as we recognize that this universal power of God is through us and as us, the power of creation through us, that it is at work all the time. All the time. So when I hear people say, oh, that just kills me. And they mean nothing like killing me, but it's a word. It is a word. Or that just makes me, can't even say it, not well. Less than healthy. Well, not that you're intending to be, but it sets up situations down the road. And I've seen it happen in my own life. And so be careful with what you're opening up to in your life. The abundance is really the power of your word. The abundance is knowing that you do have the power for your life through how you believe, through how you share your life, through how you speak out what it is you say you are. I am, fill it in. I am, fill it in. Okay, so the power of our word starts in our consciousness. And so we build upon that. We build upon that. We build upon that. And it's building towards our faith in how it does work through us. And the first thing you can do is take a step. The first thing you can do is try it out. And when I'm saying try it out, be aware when you use your words. Be aware of the words you're using. And you can study this teaching over and over and over again, but if you don't put it to use, if you don't step up with it, if you don't try it out, where would baseball players be without spring training? If you're only studying it in the locker room or in the dugout, and if you're only in the batter's box, not until you step up to the plate, do you get a chance to run the bases? Now, there's some fears along the way with that. You could get hit by the ball. You could strike out. You could walk. You could hit a single, double, or triple. But there's always the possibility of the home run. And that's what I believe is our greatest potential in our life, is our own personal achievements as in a home run. But we have to try. We have to open up to the possibility. We've got to step up and take a chance. Try it out. Try it out. So, beloveds, as you are, I would like you to take just a moment for yourselves and close your eyes. And I would like you to imagine, go through your life and recognize your home runs. Recognize through your years what have been great achievements. Your mind is a powerful tool. Focus upon these ideas. And listen to these words. This day I stand upon faith. This day I build my consciousness of a powerful idea. It is the realization of myself as a unique and individualized form of God. Today, I claim victory for my life. And so, you may come back into the winners of the room. Arm yourself with who you are. Arm yourself with who you are. Be authentic, be real, and have meaning for your life. A-R-M. Arm yourself with who you are. Grandma Moses wrote, "Life is what we make it. Always has been, always will be." Love Grandma Moses. I wish she were my real grandmother, but I've adopted her. So, beloveds, be the love in life you were created to demonstrate, because you were. Show off who you are. Mark does. Don't you, Mark? You show off who you are. Affirm with me these few things, will you please? I place my faith in what is good.
I place my faith in what is good.
I claim a higher reality of who I am.
I claim a higher reality of who I am.
I cherish those supportive people who are all around me.
I cherish those supportive people who are
All around me. And the last one. I live my life
I live my life
with open arms.
with open arms.